in the arena of dreams, where heroes are made. Xero Anthony, Caesar Tonga lead the crusade. With Bobby beside, the energy's high. Uncut's the platform where legends never die. Uncut, where the stories unfold. Wrestling for you, the battles are bold. From the highs to the lows, every move, every show. Tune in, feel the thrill, let the adrenaline flow. So join us each week for the action and fun. Uncut with Bobby, the journey's begun. Wrestling for you, it's more than a game. It's a legacy, it's glory, it's the ultimate fame.
Xero here again from Xero Uncut. Welcome to another week of us basically. I'm Xero as normal.
What up? And I'm Bobby per usual. Last I checked, at least.
Yeah. Well, last time you checked, yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort of bring up some information for the show today. Let me just try and get this up a minute. Bear with me 2 seconds. Hold on. It's not working the best I wanted to do. I should have had this prepared, but it's not.
We don't prepare for this show.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Well, let's just get into it then. So, obviously, we're in between pay-per-views yet again. Well, they say pay-per-views. This Saturday's show that's coming up is meant to be a pay-per-view. Well, it's not meant to be a pay-per-view. They're not putting it down as a pay-per-view. They're putting it down as a special. But like the way it's got a unique presentation and that, so which I want to go into because WWE have announced about it. Obviously, I know we're in between pay-per-views, but what we'll do is actually no, I'll get into this later on then. So let's start off with NXT Deadline, which we had on this past weekend.
Yes,
we don't actually have any news for this week. I don't think there's not much down. Because I'm not covering fake news. It's obviously been presented down this week, so so NXT Deadline then this past weekend. Dr. Chris is going out again. So
that. Yeah, those are I don't consider those news. I consider those rumors.
But no, that's everyone's counting down as news, but that's fine. So let's so as I was saying, so NXT Deadline this weekend then. So the first match of the day was the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. Now, just before the match, they turned around and obviously said that Eddie Thorpe was being replaced.
Good call on him being taken out, by the way.
Yeah, which thank you.
I'm not mocking him. I'm saying once we found out he was taken out,
and then so the challenges then, which were pre-announced, was Wesley, Javon Evans, Nathan Fraser, and Ethan Page, and the fifth man was a returning Oba Femi. I noticed that place went mental when Oba Femi's music hit.
Because what's it been? It
was very popular.
When did we see him last? Halloween Havoc?
I think so. Yeah, when he
lost the North American.
Yeah, and then went off and stuff and that, and it's like
so. It's been like. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, you knew something was going down because Fightful put out beforehand that Oba Femi made a statement to turn around and say that he was enjoying his time off, basically. He was on a beach and that, like enjoying his time off, and I was like, he's going back.
I can't remember what country he's from, but I think he went home to
Nigeria, isn't it? Or is it Nigeria?
Nigeria.
I think so, yeah.
I think he pulled like what Drew did and like went home to see like his family.
Yeah, and they are on the road most of the time, aren't they? So I mean,
no, I'm not. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but
no, yeah. I mean, it works out well and stuff like, and obviously Oba Femi won that one by it was two quick pinfalls within the last like 10 seconds of the 10 seconds of the match. There was a couple of obviously good bits and pieces throughout the match. Obviously, you had the bits where they were actually in the penalty box and stuff. I did actually surprisingly watch some of this, even though I said I wasn't going to, but I did watch some of this.
Where Ethan Page and Oba Femi in the penalty box, press box.
Yeah, that was pretty funny actually. Yeah, where Ethan was trying to escape and obviously he never did. So, and that because Oba's
like no.
Yeah, and then took him out. But Yeah, who did we obviously have for that? Because did you write down the results or whatever we had for it? Or
Yes, I did. I have them right here, actually.
yeah, who did we
All
get?
right. I think this pen works. Well, we're off to a hot start. Wesley for me, Javon Evans for you.
Yep, we done that well then, didn't we? So we
But
both.
also, I couldn't. I refused to pick because, like, you said Eddie Thorpe was going to get taken out,
Yeah,
and somebody else was going to get put in. I refuse to pick somebody that I don't know is at least in the match. You know?
good. Yeah, bad point. Yeah, that does make sense.
So I remember one year I picked Bliss to win the Rumble, and she was in it. Period.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yes, that was pretty good. So that means then Obafemi now will be challenging for the NXT Championship at NXT New Year's Evil
on January 7th.
Yeah, January 7th. Now, we will get into something along that, but at the minute, he's facing Trick Williams, but obviously something went down on NXT, which we will discuss at the end of this little segment, which we're doing here. Now, the next match then that they done for the evening was the NXT Underground match, which was Lola Vice and Jada Parker, in which Lola Vice defeated Jada by technical submission.
You're 0 for 2, buddy boy.
Yeah, it was. That one. I don't really know, like how I felt about that match. Really, you know.
I mean, this was to get Lola her win back, and she's the MMA chick, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense and stuff. So it didn't lie, but it was the shortest match of the day. Well, the shortest match of the event, basically.
Really?
It was. Yeah, it came in at 11 minutes and 5 seconds, according to this. It was the shortest match.
I thought it was much longer. Huh.
No, the two longest matches was obviously the High and Survivor ones, which were 25 minutes long. But short of that was the Trick versus Ridge match. But we'll get into that one later on. Yeah, and then we go in to the for the NXT Tag Team Championship match, which was Nathan Fraser and Axiom managed to defeat Miles Bourne and Tavian Heights from No Quarter Catch Crew. They're doing it well. Obviously, they're showing that like it's that last minute thing, and they struggle throughout the match and that, and obviously it's led into further storylines where now this week on NXT coming up, like Axiom has 2 matches, one being against Obafemi, so he's not going to make that NXT Tag Team Championship match, I don't think. So I don't think they're going to carry those belts for much longer. I don't know what you think about that one, really.
No, but I didn't think they were losing them to No Quarter Catch Crew. That's why I picked.
No, fair enough. Well, it's Gallus in it they're facing as well.
You picked No Quarter Catch Crew.
Did I? Oh, fair enough. Yeah,
they're facing Gallus next week.
Yeah, they're facing Gallus next week as well. This is the thing because they've announced that on next week's one that Axiom managed to get a singles match against Obafemi to try and prove his worth or whatever to Nathan, to try and prove that he can basically do it one-on-one. And Nathan went ahead and got them a NXT Tag Team Championship match against Gallus. I think that's what I said.
I don't know if Gallus is the one to beat those guys either.
I don't know. I don't know who else is left really. Like, who else really do you think?
I'm literally about to go through the roster and be like,
there's like hardly anyone on there now, is there? Unless they're obviously waiting for some of the newbies to come on up. Because don't forget, obviously, a lot of people are going to. Well, a lot of people. This is the thing: is some of the main roster stars will go back to NXT as part of this trade deal, which they've announced.
Chase you? No
roster. Don't want me chase you. No.
They just lost. I mean, are those guys? Oh, you know who it could be?
Who?
What's his name? Sean Spears and the crazy dude. What's his name? Brooks Jensen? No.
But isn't Brooks with that one from Japan?
No, wait. I might be. No, Brooks Jensen. Him and Spears have been on TV the last few weeks together, haven't they?
No, this week I'm sure it's Brooks Jensen. He went over and he got that one from Japan, didn't he? From that Pro Wrestling Noah.
I think that was Josh Briggs.
Oh yeah, Josh Briggs. I got him wrong.
They used to tag team together. No,
Yeah,
Spears
I
and
got
Jensen are
yeah.
together. Yeah.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Or you could do like. No, wait, no. Noam Dar and Ora Mansa, because I think are they still no quarter catch? Not no quarter catch crew. Are they still what was it? Metaphor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I personally don't know. Like, it could be anything really. It could be anyone. So that's that one. But yeah, no, that was actually the second shortest match of the night. That one was at 15 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, that one was.
I'm surprised that wasn't the shortest, honestly.
No, well, like I said, it was Lola Vice and Jada Parker, wasn't it? Which was their shortest match for the Underground match. But then they did spend a lot of time doing the little promo package beforehand, where they obviously had to take down the ring ropes and then put the ring ropes back up and stuff. So obviously that's why it was. So technically, if you think about it, it would have been about 20 minutes in total of them taking down the ring ropes, doing all the video packages beforehand, promoting the match and everything like that, really, because the time frame they would have took them for that one there. So yeah, that's technically what it was. The fourth match of the event, then we move on to Trick Williams and Ridge Holland, where Trick Williams successfully retained his NXT championship.
The only one of the show that you got right.
Yeah, I mean, Ridge is okay, but I don't think that he's going to be the one to obviously take the title off of Trick.
I know who's going to take the one off. I know who's going to take it off of Trick.
Who do you think?
Oba.
You think it's going to be Oba, do you? What, when they fight in New Year's Evil, and then Trick comes up to main roster?
No, you don't even have to do that. No? You can do Braun Breaker. There we go. Braun Breaker lost the title and hung around NXT for a while.
Good point, yeah. Yeah.
Sure. You could have Trick feud with Wesley. You could have Trick feud with whoever, really.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Could
be anyone really, couldn't it? So yeah. I mean, yeah, it's it kind of it works really. We'll see what obviously happens there, but yeah, obviously that was that one. And then
let me put it to you this way. Trick's opponent next week, he ain't getting it done.
No. But we'll get into that one in a minute once we've done this one. And then the last match, this is the only match I actually missed because I turned it off for this one because I was tired. I had to go to bed. So this one was the Women's Iron Survivor, in which it was Julia Soruka, Stephanie Vacar, Zaria, and Ren Sinclair. Julia obviously won that one and will face Roxanne now at New Year's Evil. Obviously, I didn't watch that match. So was there any memorable moments from that match, really? Was there anything sort of...
Was there anything crazy in the penalty box? I don't remember. Stephanie Vacar never took a pin. She was the only one.
Oh, fair enough.
Soruka. Oh my god, that girl. The move she did, and I'm blanking on the name, but she the two. Who was on the outside of the ring? I can't remember, but she runs the ropes, does a cartwheel, does a backflip over her, lands on them, and lands on her feet.
Okay.
It was like a gymnast thing, and I'm just like, I'm like, whoa! Like she's incredible in the ring. Like,
bloody hell! That sounds pretty pretty epic actually. And that one does. So yeah, that's that one then. So that was NXT Deadline. And then we might actually no. Before we move on, then what did you think about the pay-per-view overall? Was it sort of, because technically that was really the last pay-per-view of the year, if we're not counting the Saturday Night Main Event for it. So
the Iron Survivor is always fun.
They always are though. They normally always are. But so it was a good pay-per-view. That was the last one officially for obviously us UK fans and everyone else outside of America. That was our last ever show on WWE Network before it gets scrapped on January the 1st. And before all the pay-per-views and that all go to Netflix from then. So that was that one there. Obviously, because even the Saturday Night Main Event one, which is this Saturday, is airing live on YouTube for us rather than WWE Network. So, yeah, which is weird. Even though they've given us a month's worth free of WWE Network over here, because it's the final month, so they've given everyone it for free. They've decided to air Saturday Night Main Event, which is airing on Peacock, by the way, over in America.
Over here,
yeah, they're doing it on YouTube for us over here. So that'll be
so weird.
Yeah, but it's on YouTube over here and also YouTube in like other places as well. I'm not 100% sure which those areas are, but yeah, I know we definitely get it on YouTube on Saturday night. It's 8 p.m. as well, so it's obviously just like a normal. It's basically just like an extra Raw or something like that, really, or SmackDown, really.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I don't
it's
think
just special.
Besides them crowning the United States champion, the new United States champion, I don't think much is going to happen.
No, well, we'll get into that one because obviously some information's come down about that show, which we will discuss. So we'll get into that one. Obviously, what I did say we were going to cover as well was on NXT this week. It was revealed that Eddie Thorpe actually attacked himself.
It's a bold strategy.
Yeah, because obviously now, as he turned around, said that he didn't need to go through four other men basically to be able to get his shot at the NXT Championship, and he only revealed that after he signed the contract with Ava backstage to face Trick Williams next week. And obviously, as Bobby's already said, Eddie isn't going to get the job done. He's going to get, he's going to have a good showing, I reckon, but otherwise, short of that, Trick's going to retain.
So yeah, little fun story for you. Was it Tuesday night? When I worked late? Yeah, Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So I get a text around 12:30 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
From our boy Gavin.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
And he texts me. Now, granted, I didn't watch NXT, so he goes, "Yo, Eddie Thorpe won the NXT title." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Are you serious?" And he writes back, he's like, "Oh yeah, it happened." So I go online. I'm like, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Gavin, what were you on? Because I want some.
Yeah.
And I was like, Gavin, not only did he not wrestle, he's having a title match next week.
Yeah.
But like I said, whatever he's on, I'll take two.
Yeah. That's really random. So yeah, that's really strange.
That's why I was like, wait, I didn't get any notifications on this. What?
No. Yeah, that's really weird.
He wanted at a house show.
Yeah. So anyway, so one of the things as well that we do need to cover, actually, I forgot to mention this at the start of the show, was WWE have actually announced a load of injuries from War Games. On Friday, they announced that. So obviously Bronson Reed is out with injury. He has announced that he had surgery. I believe that was either yesterday or today. He's having that. He's going to be out past Mania, looking at it for the time frames. On top of that as well, Jimmy Uso has broken his toe, which is only really going to be about a week or so, I reckon. A couple of weeks, I reckon he's going to be out. But the worst injury of the show was this guy, Mr. Tonga Loa, our future Tribal Chief and WWE champion. Is it bicep or something? I think it was. I can't remember what his injury
I think he tore his bicep or tricep, one of the two.
Yeah, something like
He's out like 7 to 9 months. I know that.
Yeah, so he will miss WrestleMania by the signs of it. So yeah, it's the goat is out for the foreseeable future. Which is upsetting because that's the only reason why you really watch WWE at the moment, is to see Tonga Loa on TV. So that's that one. So let's get into it then. So this weekend then is a Saturday night main event. Actually, that was the wrong poster that I just put up there. So that was Saturday night main event. Seeing as I put it up there, I might as well also say that they have also announced a second show for January. which is Saturday, January the 25th, which is a week before the Royal Rumble.
That's that one. I don't know what they're thinking. That
it's just really random times. Now talking about Saturday night main event, and before we get into it, then some quite interesting things. So Jesse Ventura, which is obviously coming back to do commentary for the event, has officially announced that basically there's going to be no fancy lighting, no pyro. It's going to basically be a throwback to sort of the 80s when they done it.
that's as it should. That's when it.
Yeah,
Like,
the way he said it is the whole show is going to be a throwback. That means it's going to look like it did before. The graphics, everything. The wrestlers are not. There's going to be no ramp either. The wrestlers are going to be coming in through the crowd like beforehand.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, there's going to be no lights and no spectacular that. So basically, they're just going to be in the ring, announce the name of the person who it is. You'll probably have their theme music or whatever, but that's basically what you're going to have. And also as well, he has officially announced that the event is going to be 4 times a year. So it seems like that they are planning it sort of random, sort of random times throughout the year. It's going to be obviously if we've got one in January, I don't know when the other ones might be. If it's going to be 4 times a year, really, it's I don't know.
And fans, if Cody's going to come through the crowd, make sure you don't stab him.
Yeah, well, talking about that anyway as well, is one of the other bits and pieces that has come down is this is quite interesting. I'll play this video, which WWE officially released yesterday.
So, we keep talking about Saturday night's main event. The whole theme of that thing is going to be retro. Jesse Ventura is going to be there.
Mr. Money, Mr. Charisma, Mr. Show Business.
Long Island, New York, Nassau Coliseum.
Welcome, everyone, to the beautiful Nassau Coliseum. And what an exciting night of action we have coming up for you.
Let's have the first ever Saturday night's main event. With that in mind, got something for you. Understand this. One night only. All right? Okay.
Now, that's quite interesting. So,
Stardust.
Yes, so as Ryan Satin put out, which I found quite funny, it's either going to be the Stardust costume. He's going to come down wearing that, or as now officially announced by WrestleVotes, it is the Winged Eagle Championship.
I think that's so stupid.
Yeah, it's because of the belts and stuff like that. Now, one of the other rumors as well that's going around is Liv Morgan will be coming out with the old Women's Championship as well. Now, somebody to man has said to get nuclear heat, what she should do is show up with the Divas Championship instead.
True.
That's what she should do. Is rather than the Women's Championship, she should show up with the Divas one. Because of course that word everybody hates and stuff. They're not divas or anything like that anymore. But obviously that would bring some more heat towards her. But no, apparently the rumor is that she's showing up with the old style Women's Championship from around that time as well. So it's weird. And
wait.
Yeah,
the one from. Did they have like the regular Women's Championship in the 90s like that?
I think it was the one that Medusa had, stuff like that. So it was
see, I'm thinking of the one that like Trish and Lita and all that had.
I don't know which one it is. It's either going to be the one which Trish and Lita had, or the one which Medusa and stuff like that had beforehand. So I haven't been able to find a picture of it. But I mean, it's going to be it's going to sort of be that style one. But it's definitely been confirmed that Cody Rhodes will be coming out with the Winged Eagle Championship instead of his Undisputed Championship coming out now. Now, obviously, it is only one night only for that one. Unless they're obviously going to bring it out for all of the events. Cody has been petitioning to get the Winged Eagle come back for ages now, since he's actually come back to the company.
True.
But this is the only time that he's actually going to get it. They're not going to do it anymore. They want to sort of look over the past and everything and just sort of revisit it on these special shows. What one of the other bits of news as well in relation to the show that WrestleVotes again has put out is they have someone said to potentially expect an appearance from Hulk Hogan at the event, which makes sense really because of the time. And I mean, Jimmy Hart is confirmed to be there as well. So if you've got Jimmy Hart there, you might as well have the person who he was kind of like representing and stuff like that. And Hogan, Hogan's mouthpiece is there, so you might as well have the man there himself, really, isn't it? And all they need to do is just hit Hogan's music, and Hogan just needs to walk into the ring and just cut a promo and stuff. But I can see the way they're going to do it is they're probably going to have the old throwback like microphones and everything like that as well. So it's not going to have the WWE logo on it or anything like that. Really, it's just going to be like the just the microphones by themselves, and it's. As somebody to me said, it's going to look really weird in HD, and especially nowadays in 4K as well. The old
It's
going to look really weird on TV, really looking at that. But so that's that. So we might as well get into it then. So the confirmed matches for this Saturday's event.
Are we gonna pick them or?
It's entirely up to you. Do you think we should?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Right. Okay. So. We have, I'll start off at the top of the list that it's got here. So we have for the undisputed WWE Championship, that is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. I think we're both going to agree with this one. That
I want to pick Kevin Owens, but
I think that Cody Rhodes is going to retain, and we are going to have the return of Randy Orton to, as it's called.
Oh yeah.
As it's called, help Cody. So maybe Kevin Owens is beating him down, and Randy comes out from nowhere and RKO's Kevin Owens, and that's how Cody gets the win. That's what I can see now. Bearing in mind the show is only 2 hours long, so I'm not expecting too much sort of big stuff to happen, but. Well, it's going to be about 2.5 hours long, but I think it's just going to be, it's just a special because it's going on USA Network, isn't it, over there as well? So they've obviously got strict time limits that they have to stick to. It's obviously on Peacock as well. So are you going Cody with that one?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Right. Yep. And then we have the next match. Then we have Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. This is a tough one for me because obviously Sammy has been sort of on that run recently with the bloodline and everything like that, but then Drew's only just come back. So this is the thing: is which one today? I'm going to go Drew. That's going to be my pick. Is I'm going to go Drew, but the only reason why I'm going Drew is because he's literally only just come back for it.
For me, it's Drew's first match back, and his last match in WWE was a loss to CM Punk.
Yeah, so
I think they're gonna. Oh, and by the way, the Drew McIntyre promo from Monday was so hilarious.
Yeah.
How he's roasting Sammy and the Usos for going back to Roman.
Yeah,
but then he goes, well, at least CM Punk took a bribe.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's not even mad that CM Punk joined up. He's like, all right.
No, so that's I think we're both agreeing with Drew on that one. Obviously due to the reasons of it is Drew's first match back to the company since being off due to the loss of a family member. We then have for the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh yeah, I don't know which belt Gunther's going to wear. Oh yeah, it'd probably be the big gold or whatever.
Big gold for sure.
Yeah, big gold. Yeah. So for Gunther then, it's for the World Heavyweight Championship, and that will be Gunther versus Finn Balor. And now since Monday, they have also now added in Damian Priest to that. So triple threat match here. So that's Gunther, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. Now this is going to go one of two ways.
That's something. This is not of a lot.
Yeah.
You don't think one of the Judgment Day guys pins each other and that leaves Gunther from getting pinned?
No, I think Gunther's going to retain because the person who's going to take that belt off Gunther is CM Punk. They've already set that thing up where they're going to do it that way. Now, the question is because obviously it's the old style show and everything, do they have Goldberg show up to set up that rumored Goldberg Gunther match? Really, do they have Goldberg show up after the match or during the match or something like that? Really, like that's
I
the
don't
thing.
think I don't think you can until Gunther loses the belt.
Because well, this is the thing is they've set it up as a triple threat for a reason, meaning obviously it's no DQ. So this is what's making me think is they've done that triple threat for a reason. Now they're obviously just going to do it so that one of these stars gets absolutely destroyed using weapons or whatever.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. Or there's going to be some kind of interference from there. That's just in my eyes. I can't see any other reason why they would have, why Damien would obviously get his rematch again, because he's already had a match. He's already had that title opportunity. He's already had
Survivor
that.
Series.
He's already had that. So I understand it's the thing with Finn and everything like that as well, but it's the whole they wouldn't make it a triple threat for no reason. This is what I'm trying to say is like, it's there's a valid reason behind why they've done that. Really, that's in my eyes, that's the thing really for that one. Yeah, to be truthful.
And Gunther Balor is heel.
Yeah, so I mean,
I don't know. They gotta get this belt off of him somehow. I'll go Gunther, but
yeah. I'm gonna go different then. I know I don't think Gunther's dropping, but I'm gonna say Finn Balor just to be different because at the minute we've got all the same. So I'm just gonna go Finn Balor just.
I think we might end all the same picks too. This card's kind of predictable, if you ask me.
Well, it's not really that much. Actually, no, we've got a choice there, haven't we? For we're gonna have difference of opinions, I think, for one of these. Ones.
True. Yeah. Do you want to here? I'll write Gunther for you.
Yeah. So do Gunther then. Yeah. So I will. So the next match we've already sort of discussed this one, but it's going to be Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. It's Sky's title shot that she earned against Morgan weeks beforehand.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, everyone did. I think that's why they've obviously done it now. Now this is obviously, like I said, Liv Morgan's going to probably be coming out with the old style belt as well. If they really want nuclear heat on her, she needs to come out with the Divas title. That's the only way which they can really do it. For it. Yeah, I can't see them doing it because obviously there'll be all that controversy there where they scrapped the Divas name and everything like that, and they've tried to move away from the Divas side, but
it ain't gonna happen.
It would be kind of like it would be good and it would bring a lot of nuclear heat towards them, but they've obviously sort of done it that way. So So
who do you got?
I'm going to say it's going to be, it's. I'm going to say Liv. I don't think he is winning it. Basically. So I'm not.
Oh, we're 4 for 4 on picks.
Yes. So right. So now then. So the final match then for this one. Now this could be where we get difference of opinion. Now it's for the Women's United States Championship. It's going to be either Bayley or Chelsea Green, or Michin or Tiffany Stratton, because obviously they are doing the tournament at the beginning to decide. Actually, no, are they not doing the tournament this Friday?
No, they are.
Is it the semi-finals this Friday, or are they doing it Saturday? I can't remember.
No, it's semi-finals. It's Bayley versus Chelsea Friday and Michin versus Tiffany Friday.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Well, obviously, then we don't kind of know like which way they're going to go with that one, but I could see the finals potentially being Chelsea versus Tiffany. That's the way which I can see it. Is I can see Chelsea versus Tiffany.
Okay, so I'm close, but I'm going to say Chelsea and Michin.
Do I can say?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I've just got that feeling that because obviously Chelsea and Tiffany are the two favourites, really, like to what everyone wants. I reckon they're going to try and make that the final, so it gets like people going, "Oh, I really don't know which one it's going to be." Because if you put Chelsea and Michin together, Chelsea's winning it straight off. That's the thing, isn't it? It's too predictable. This is what's making me think, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's difficult to call, but if it is Chelsea and Tiffany, I'm going to go a bit controversial. I'm going to go Tiffany.
Yeah, I'm going Chelsea for the win.
For that one. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea probably will win it. This is the thing, is obviously if it is that one, yeah, Chelsea probably is going to win the event. But
I mean, there's other ways we can break this tie. You want to just pick Chelsea, and I have a good tiebreaker, I think.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
All right. I think it's a good tiebreaker. Actually,
okay.
And if we tie on that one, we can do another one. All right. What's the longest match of the night gonna be?
Oh, I think it's going to be the triple threat.
See, I think Cody Owens. Okay.
No, I think it's going to be a triple threat because they're going to want to try and
But this is a good tiebreaker. So, but then again, then whoever has the longest match out of these two matches wins.
Yeah.
That's assuming we get all of them right. We might not.
Provided they also release the timings as well, because it's not on Wikipedia for some reason. I actually had to get that information off of bloody CBS Sports. So
Wikipedia, they have the times for the most part.
I don't know. Oh yeah, well we'll probably find out closer to the time, but yeah. So that is Saturday night.
We won't find out till after, of course.
Yeah, obviously afterwards. But I mean, that's that. Again, I will remind people that is on. It's USA Network and Peacock this Saturday at 8 p.m. EST or 1 a.m. GMT for us over here. Obviously over in good old England, and that is airing on YouTube for us instead for that one. This weekend there's going to be a lot of YouTube that I'm going to be involved with, but yeah, that's coming up.
There you go.
Yeah, sort of short show this week. Yeah. But then
I mean,
it's the low time now of wrestling at the moment. So
yeah, that's what I was just about to say that, like, this is like the slow.
Yeah.
I mean, usually by now, because usually deadline's the last one.
Yeah. And then there's nothing else to really discuss. So
yeah, usually it's just like, well, they're taping this show, they're taping that show.
Yeah. I know. Okay, then right. So there's one other thing then that I reckon we can bring up on this one. So trade predictions. They've announced obviously that they are doing trades between the shows now. They obviously do a couple with the transfer portal now. It's sort of a superstar shakeup that they're doing. Obviously, we won't name them all, but I've just got a couple of names in mind which I can think of. So,
okay,
I think by now we all know, and it's also been announced already by other places as well, that Roman and the OG Bloodline are heading to Raw. So they will be on Raw from January for the foreseeable future. That's obviously because Roman is the biggest star in the business at this moment in time. So, they've obviously got that one on there, which makes sense. Now, this is the thing: do you think Solo's bloodline comes over so they can continue that? So then they literally have no bloodline on SmackDown at all, or do they split the bloodlines up for a little bit and keep Solo's bloodline basically running SmackDown, and then Roman's bloodline running Raw?
I'm really hoping, with the exception of Rock Roman, that the bloodline versus bloodline thing ends at Mania.
I don't think it is, because it's
really
meant to be
hoping
Rock Cody, isn't it? Well, it's meant to be Rock Cody.
No, but like besides Rock versus Roman next year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Wait, you didn't hear? Oh, you didn't hear?
What? Oh yeah,
Rock's not working Mania.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Okay, yeah. According to people, but yeah, no, that's
according to some You like what I said in the chat yesterday?
Yeah. So
well, Dr. Chris, check this for me. See how good it is.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's what I can think is that from what I understand is both bloodlines should be coming to Raw.
Punk is probably going to be on Raw.
Yeah, Punk's going to be on Raw. I think Drew's going to SmackDown.
I do too. You think Cody's staying on SmackDown?
I think Cody's staying on SmackDown as well, because I brought up this good point, right? And people have been noticing this. Liv is heavily advertised for Raw on that and for Netflix. Now, if you notice, the titles for each brand match. They've purposely made it so the titles for each brand match. So obviously, the world titles, both world titles match. So obviously, the women's world title match and the men's world title match with the women's one. So if they split them up, it's going to look weird. Obviously, then what it means though is obviously if Gunther goes to SmackDown, that means Liv in the Judgment Day have to go to SmackDown. Now, would they potentially with Liv being heavily advertised for Raw, her storyline and everything like that, and the way which they're doing it, obviously with Rhea and everything, that's more designed for Netflix and sort of Raw and everything like that, and sort of that sort of like, that big one there. So again, it'd be the same as if they moved Cody to Raw, they would also need to move Nia to Raw. So it obviously matches up, because if you have, say, on the brands and stuff, and people have been like, oh yeah, but they're not branded or anything like that, but they kind of are, because you've got World and WWE and that. And if you notice, like, SmackDown has WWE champions and Raw has world champions. So then if you've then got them like that one there, it's going to kind of be confusing and stuff. So I know there's been some reports come down saying that a title or two will move, and the ones which I can see is going to be the mid cards. So I can see them moving the IC in the US over that way. So and then how I can see that going on then is obviously, and whoever wins the women's titles will then move to the relevant brands as well. So, and if you think about it as well, is if, for example, like they do have Chelsea, for example, win the US title, to me, she would be better on Raw as well. In my eyes, she would be better on Raw as a women's US champion. So, of course, then you would then also want the men's US champion on there as well. So that's then moving Shinsuke Nakamura to Raw. The only thing with that is, though, it means moving Braun Breaker to SmackDown. But that gives him fresh feuds on SmackDown.
I don't
forget, he's actually gone through. Well, yeah, this is the thing is, he's gone through almost everyone on Raw who he can physically do. And that now, moving into that. So, in my eyes, if they're going to move, going back to what we were saying originally, if they're going to move Cody over, then they're going to have to move Gunther, meaning then they're going to also have to move Liv, meaning all of the Judgment Day will go to SmackDown.
All the world champs would have to switch, because
so that's the thing,
because what, who's SmackDown Women's champ right now?
Nia. So it'd be Nia.
So if Liv gets sent over to SmackDown, well, it's like, well, you're gonna have to send the world champion to Raw.
So that's the thing. It's like it's going to be too much to move all of these ones. So I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, but Cody's definitely going to be wanted on Raw because he's the face of the company. He's not. This is the thing, is he's not. It's Roman. Netflix have requested Roman Reigns, and they're getting Roman Reigns. This is the thing, is that they want the bigger stars, and having, you've got to think Raw are going to end up having Roman, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, all the big names like that. You're going to have all of them. And as well, obviously, Dwayne, he's going to be doing both shows as well. So, you're going to have all that. Cena's meant to be doing his last year's run on Raw as well. So, Netflix have what they paid for. They've paid that $5 million, and they've made the request to who they want and stuff.
And they're going to get it.
Well, this is the thing, is I know originally back in July, Netflix made the request of Roman or Cody, and they were deciding which one they wanted to do. And obviously now the company have now finally decided that it's going to be Roman moving to Raw. So in my eyes, if they move Cody over and they move Nia over, then it's stupid sending Liv and everyone like that over to, then with how heavily advertised Liv is for Raw, it would be stupid then moving her off there. So I cannot see any of the world champions moving. I can only see the mid-card titles moving, or maybe the tag titles. But then again, the tag titles are also branded as well, because of course you've got WWE tag and world tag on there as well. So this is the thing, is like, it's, if they're going to move any titles, it's going to be the mid cards in my eyes. And that way, then you got to move a lot of people. Because you got to think, because then if you're moving Liv, then you've got to move the rest of the Judgment Day. Well, you got to move Rhea. You're going to have to move Rhea. You're going to have to potentially move Becky as well, because of course Becky's coming in for that feud as well. So,
no, she's going to AEW. That doesn't matter.
Well, I've got into the internet, but so that's the ones which I've got there. Have you got any ones which you think might be going over? Because of course they also include an NXT in this. So, like, I can see like
Ethan Page.
Yeah, well, yeah, because after they've done the thing on Tuesday, wasn't it, where he's kind of lost and everything. So so maybe Page coming up to Raw or SmackDown or whatever, maybe. I can see once she drops.
Go for it. Sorry.
Once she drops, I can see Roxanne.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming up.
Maybe who was I going to say? What was I going to say? I had a name in my head. Oh, Wesley, maybe.
Wesley potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's, and again, like, It kind of depends, because what we've got to think of as well is the Rumble will also have a lot of people coming up in there as well.
Yeah.
And coming on in, and obviously we're probably going to have a lot of debuts as well from stars which are leaving other companies, such as like TNA and stuff, when their contracts expire in January. So,
Yeah.
we're probably going to have that as well. And obviously there is also a lot of free agents as well, which they're probably holding off until the Rumble to bring on in. So, I mean, that's some names which I can see being traded. Is there any other ones which you can really see like going maybe? Any ones which you would like to see really on the opposite brands or whatever? Because like I said, they've also said as well that where NXT is included, like, do they send? Because it looks like Shotzi's gone down to NXT now permanently.
Yeah.
So Shotzi's obviously gone from main down to NXT. So do you think there's going to be anyone else really who goes down to NXT? Or obviously this is a big talking point, because at the minute everyone's like none the wiser to who's going where outside of Roman and stuff like that really. So
like I could like an Austin Theory solo run on NXT. I wouldn't mind that, because he's pretty good.
Yeah.
And he'd be like the big fish in the small pond there.
Yeah. That could work out well. I mean, I'm gonna say one thing here to people, because I've had a lot of people in my comments like, oh, but why was Gunther meeting with Nick? Why was Gunther meeting with Nick Elders and stuff like that? And why was Cody meeting with Adam Pearce? Now, WWE don't give it away that easily.
Yeah.
What you're going to have is the trades are going to be people who have not met with the GMs. That's the thing. So, the people who have not met with the GMs is going to be the people who are going to be traded. That's the way which I can see it. And if you notice so far, the names which we've mentioned for trading have not met with the GMs. Like the Bloodline, they haven't met with the GMs. And, with Roman being the biggest star that he is, you would have thought that if the GMs were looking to pick up all these big names, they would have had Roman in. They would have done that one. So this the thing is, it's all teasers. It's trying to get people hyped, because that's what Triple H and WWE like to do. Whereas, personally, I'm going to say anyone who you see meeting with the GMs over the next couple of weeks will not.
Yeah, because that's like a giveaway.
Brands. Yeah. They will not change brands. So you've got to look outside that. So who's met up with them so far? So you've had
Cody
Gunther, Trick? No, not Trick.
No idea.
Not Trick. What's his name? Mello.
Okay.
Mello's met up with Nick, and that's obviously mentioned about it.
This is kind of the part. This is kind of the time of year where I like check out a little. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's just a couple of names there, but yeah, this is obviously what they're going to keep to try and revitalize over the thing. But obviously, the main thing as well that we've got to remember is next week they're literally pre-filming for all of Christmas, all the way through to New Year. So
that is next Monday.
Yeah,
and Friday.
Yeah, next Monday and Friday is going to be the last live shows of the year, because then the rest of them.
Well, no.
The next.
Isn't the next Raw going to be live?
No, it's 16th,
No,
which is
not hold on.
16th, which is Monday, and then after that, then they're pre-filmed all the way through.
Isn't December 30th going to be live?
No, it's one of those recap shows, isn't it? Because it's the last one on USA.
Are you
it's
sure?
It's normally the end of the year recap show that they do.
I'm pretty sure it's live, because I know people that are going to it.
Oh, okay. Maybe it is live then. I don't know. Hold on. Let me have a look and see what. Let me have a look on their website a minute. Hold on. I'll have a look.
Because I think SmackDown on
obviously
the 27th
this is the thing with this show, isn't it?
Too.
We go massively off script. We're talking about things.
Yeah, I think SmackDown on the 27th is live too.
Right, let's have a look. So the next ones that we have on here. So according to this, we have obviously this week's SmackDown on the 13th. And then it says December the 16th is the next Raw after that. Oh, yeah. So Friday the 27th of December, SmackDown.
Yeah,
and then
it's live, right?
So, yeah. And then December the 30th. So, those last ones of the year are going to be live as well. So, so you're going to have Friday the 27th of December. And
so I was like, the dudes I know going are going to be very mad.
So that's going to be the next one. So between the 16th and the 27th, there's going to be no live WWE Raw or SmackDown. So there will obviously be a lot of spoilers out there. So this trade thing, if they obviously show up on the shows, for example, the trades are going to be leaked. So if anything, they're going to do the trades backstage. and they'll do it in backstage segments, which obviously won't be aired.
So it doesn't get spoiled.
So those shows do it that way, yeah. Or they hold off and they literally do them on those last shows of the year. So they obviously mentioned about it, and then they hold them off then until, December the 27th SmackDown and December the 30th Raw. That's the only other way which I can see it, because otherwise you're going to have, otherwise it's going to be really sort of stupid, isn't it, really, to how that you're going to know. It's going to be leaked and everything. So it's just going to be, it's going to be stupid there, isn't it? If you think about it. So yeah, it's not going to be great, but so that's that really. I can't see any other trades coming on up. I can't see any other big names. Like I said, if anything, the trades are going to be the mid-card titles, and then obviously they've got Roman and the Bloodline moving over, Drew moving over, stuff like that, really. Because if they're to move Liv, they're going to have to move a hell of a lot of people.
That's a slippery slope.
That's the thing. So they ain't going to move one champion over in Cody and Gunther and that just to try and do it that way. If they do, I'm going to be very surprised, because that's going to be a lot of moves and a lot of confusion for a lot of people, which I can't see WWE wanting to do that. They're going to want to try and make this as simple as possible.
Yeah.
Until they either do a draft later on next year, like a proper full draft, or until said people have dropped their titles. Because this is the thing. Gunther could drop his title, then be transferred to SmackDown, but he will not be going to SmackDown as champion, and Cody will not be becoming a Raw as champion either. I can safely say. I'm not reporting that, but personally, the way that WWE does things, and and stuff like that, and if you think logically about it, it's that they're not going to do that, and if they do, it's one of the worst mistakes they've ever made. Basically, is making it confusing, because then, like I said, you're going to end up having, for example, like you'll end up having the WWE Women's Champion and the World Heavyweight Championship on the same brand, whereas you might as well have WWE Champion and WWE Women's Champion, so it makes it equal. Because otherwise, you've got one of them doesn't seem equal, does it? If they're not basically the same. That's the whole point of why they renamed the belts and sort of designed the belts as well, so they are identical to each other. So it makes the women feel the same as the men. Basically, that's how they've done it. So, and that's the thing. And again, with the mid-card titles, if you notice as well, the belts are matching. They're literally exactly the same. So they're obviously they're not gonna.
There's a lot of moving parts you have to handle to move these guys, and it's like, I mean, they could do it, but
they could. But if they do, it's going to be really stupid, because then you're going to do it that way. And I mean, you've got to think SmackDown's going to need somebody. So keeping Cody on SmackDown as the WWE champion leading into WrestleMania. You've then got that one there, and take over some people from there. Again, you could have Drew face him. You could have basically Drew face him if Drew goes to SmackDown and stuff. So, and push Drew back in the title picture again, like going into whatever it is. You've still not got that Randy match, which he needs to have at some point. Cody Randy and stuff like that, which I can see is going to happen at the Royal Rumble and stuff. But this is the thing: is you've got all these matches as well, which people want. But you can't do that if you put Cody on Raw with the rest of them, because then that means that it's going to literally just be Cody and the Bloodline related stuff again. Because this is the other thing as well. It's
the storyline that never ends.
This is the other thing as well that people need to realize is if you move Cody to Raw, you need to move KO to Raw. You need to move Randy to Raw as well.
Yeah.
And that. So, SmackDown's going to end up having nobody, which they're not going to want to do. They're going to. They're saying they're shaking it up creative wise, so they're going to want to they're going to keep some of the current storylines in place, which are still going on, but they're not going to screw up. They're not going to screw up future storylines that they've got in place.
USA will not be happy.
Yeah. Well, again, when would they get the Randy Orton match in there? Because I can't see them moving Randy, Cody, and Kevin to the same brand, and then alongside. Everyone's expecting Cody and The Rock at Royal Rumble as well. When are you going to fit this in? Well, that's what loads of people are saying is, Cody Rock's going to happen at Royal Rumble. That's not going to happen. Stuff like that. And then, it's not happening. I will say that safely now. Cody is not moving to Raw. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll hold my hand up. But I cannot see him to Raw. But yes, that's that. Obviously, we've covered quite a lot of stuff in here. We will say as well, make sure, obviously, this video will go out sort of as soon as we've sort of done this. This will be going out on Thursday. Now, make sure you tune in to Bobby's channel tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, where myself, Bobby, and Leo will be interviewing the great Eugene. You know, so yeah, we have him, I believe, for an hour tomorrow or whatever it is. Yeah, on Bobby's Breakdown channel. So make sure you tune into that. It'll be a live one. So I already know a couple of people who are joining the stream because I've advertised it to them, and they've turned around and said they'll probably be asking questions and that. So, you know,
we gotta promote it.
But yeah, so we'll do that one. Yeah, that promotion. Well, I've been promoting it all week anyway, but that's fine. But we'll get that one done. So yeah, so that's that one. Have you got anything else coming up? Any other videos or anything?
More Christmas content. Polar Express should be out this weekend at some point. I'm recording The Grinch Monday, and yeah, that's about it.
Fair enough. Yeah, and I will say now, obviously, this isn't our last show of the year yet. That will potentially be next year. Would that be next week? Our last.
Do we want to give them a peek behind the curtain, or?
Well,
we're pulling a SmackDown and Raw next Friday, folks.
Yeah, we're putting a SmackDown and Raw next Friday. It's going to be a pre-record,
double taping,
because obviously, double taping because of obviously things like that. So
Christmas,
next week,
New Year's, you know.
Yeah, so next week will potentially be our last live show. I say live, we obviously pre-recorded these, but next week will be our last proper show of the year before we do our award show as well. But yeah, I will also say as well is look out for a big announcement in the new year. Bobby knows what I'm on about because we were having a small discussion about it. Well, I say a small discussion; it was a big discussion.
That was pretty big.
Yeah, pretty big discussion. So look out for a big announcement coming in the new year. Once again, good show this week. We've covered quite a lot. Make sure you tune in to Saturday night main event. I can see a few, how can I put it, seeds being planted for future feuds for next year, because that's obviously where they're going to want to try and do it, is there. I think I see the signs in Bobby's hands there. So
I'm just waiting for the call.
Yeah, so as per normal then, so don't forget to like and subscribe. That is to, I'll do it differently this week. That is to Bobby's Breakdowns on YouTube and Bobby's Breakdown on Twitter, and myself, which is at 4U Wrestling, the number 4. That is on both Twitter and YouTube. I do have some videos planned, which I'm going to try and get out, but I don't know if I'm actually going to have the time to for it. If not, they'll be coming in the new year as well. Yeah, but there's quite a lot of stuff coming up, so keep an eye on the channels and the YouTubes. Thank you once again. Another great show, and this is Xero signing out for the week.
And I'm Bobby. We will see y'all next time, folks.
See you later. Bye.